Welcome back to Contemporary Black Voices. We've had a very interesting first part of the show where we've been talking about 2024 in review. And the last thing that was said, I was bringing up the conversation that, pronounce his name for me again?
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Big Ramaswamy. I'm just going to call him Swami. Anyway, uh, so Swami talks about wanting to bring in.
And Musk.
Oh, Musk is in on this too?
Yeah.
Okay. So they want to bring in these tech people from India, whereas the current administration has said they want to export people. So to me, you kind of can't have it two ways. And their messaging is a problem to me. But anyway, that's what they're saying. But I want to open it up to the panel.
So this is what Elon Musk said. Let me put my glasses on because he's tied up in this as well.
Okay.
He says, maybe this is a helpful clarification. I am referring to bringing in via legal immigration the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning. This is like bringing in the jocks or the Joe Kicks or Wimbies of the world to help your whole team, which is mostly Americans, win the NBA. Thinking of America as a pro sports team that has been winning for a long time and wants to keep winning is the right mental construct. And then someone else says, people seem to be missing the fact that you're asserting that it's either elite engineering talent that we have a shortage of in America.
So, we were talking off air, and the illustrious Swami on our show is Caleb Alexander.
I'm not. No.
Anyway, he was talking about that. I think Sharon had brought up about they wanted people from Malaysia or.
Yeah, there's three of them. I can't think of the third person's name, but definitely Ramaswamy, Musk, and this third person, he's from Malaysia. And all of them have tuned up saying that we need these people in our industries. But the side thing is this, we already know that Musk is anti-union, really anti-people and anti-paying people money. So there's a statement saying not only does he want to bring these people in, he could bring them in for less money.
I mean, there's a couple of things. So bringing in foreigners, Trump would have to explain that to people from Appalachia. You understand what I'm saying? And so Trump being able to explain that to his base that, well, yeah, they're brown, but they're different brown folks. You know what I mean? They're engineers. That's going to be hard to explain to people in rural Appalachia, the difference between brown and brown. You know what I mean?
Right,
a Mexican and an Indian.
Right.
And so and it's going to depend on who has Trump's ear. Does Stephen Miller have Trump's ear? Because Stephen Miller hasn't proven to be pro-Indian or pro-anybody besides white Christian male European.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on who has Trump's ear. Two, I think that statement speaks to American arrogance, that they would even be able to pull people to the United States from those countries because they're discounting something which is very powerful right now, which is Indian nationalism. And so there is a whole big movement about that has to do with Indian nationalism, building India, making India, make India great again. You know what I mean? And so the people are staying in India. Indians are staying in India. And so being able to pull that talent, they can't pull that talent anymore. Because at one time, there would be a host of Indians trying to go work for Google. India is creating their own Googles. India is creating their own major defense projects. And so, again, the idea of just being able, just saying, hey, welcome to America, and these people are running to the shore, that's not happening. You know what I mean? So I think that speaks to American arrogance, thinking that just because you offer, they're going to come.
Let's pivot to we're going to get down to the presidential election. But before we do, I'd like to go through kind of a little round robin and ask you, was Biden resigning or allowing Kamala Harris to run, was it a good move or a bad move? And the reason why I'm asking is because it seems like there's a little bit of sexism that went into this particular election. I think there was also some racism that went into this election as well, but I also
think?
believe that there was sexism. So would Biden have possibly fared better had he been the candidate versus Kamala Harris?
Well, what we have here was an interesting piece to where major donors on the celebrity side influenced that decision, saying, hey, we're pulling our money and you need to retire and put somebody else in. And so during that election, we started seeing all these big time stars. I mean, the ones that have money, they have houses overseas and stuff. Clooney. They started getting more and more involved into the process. So we had a presidential election where the multi-billionaires, millionaires, stars were influencing decisions. I believe on the Democratic side, where you got Elon Musk influencing decisions on the Republican side.
So the question still remains. It appears like, to me, it almost makes Biden look a little bit, it's kind of like that Harvard piece we were talking about. There may have been a rush to judgment. Those people who were powerful and whatever, they still could not influence enough people to bring Kamala Harris across the finish line. However, Biden may have looked at, him being a white male, may have looked at America not being able to elect a female president, let alone a black female president. So what do you say, Caleb?
No, I mean, there was definitely a lot of misogyny and a lot of racism. And we can rewind the tape and go back to earlier shows, but I said it a few times on the show. They should have picked Gavin Newsom. He would have eliminated a lot of that, the misogyny and the racism. He's white, he's male. He's made for TV president. And so the largest, most powerful state economically, he's ran it effectively. He's very popular in California, very popular throughout the Democratic Party. And so someone like Newsom, or even someone like a Josh Shapiro, or a Josh Shapiro running with Newsom, we would have had a different outcome. And so it's Biden chose Harris out of loyalty. You can't get, I mean, he's loyal grandpa. And I think also he kind of felt he owed a debt to black folks who put him over the top, especially black women, in that previous election. And so you can't fault loyal grandpa, but you can fault the Democratic Party.
What I fault is that you cannot. Democrats have never been assertive. And, I think that with all of the not political, but elite people that you mentioned, that you talked about, you've got to tread lightly with them. But at the same time, they needed to kind of understand, which they didn't, the political realm of what they were dealing with. And they were able to influence what happened on the Democratic side. Everybody rallied around that. Yet and still, how did this man win and win so big?
See, the Democrats, what they're missing is the Democratic Party does not have an ecosystem like the Republicans do.
And what do you mean ecosystem?
They've got, Truth
Social.
Truth Social, America First. They've got these platforms, Fox News, to where they can keep recycling the same message over and over and over again. Also, they've got the MAGA, I'm just going to call it the MAGA evangelical church behind them as well.
Stick a pin in that. We're going to talk about this when we come back. And we're also going to talk about some of the deaths that we lost in 2024, Black American deaths that we lost, and what that means to us when we come back.